Hi there, my name is Hannah Sampson. My pronouns are she, her, they, them. I'm a white person, standing dancer with Down syndrome. I have long blonde hair with brown lowlights and highlights and blue eyes. In this video, I'm going to talk about my journey as a dancer with Stopgap Dance Company and touch on my inspirations, interests, and systems of support as a disabled dance artist. I started in 2010 as an apprentice dancer with Stopgap. In 2013, I became an original member of SD2, Stopgap's apprentice company. In 2016, I've graduated into the main touring company. Now, I'm a senior dance artist. I'm also on the board as a new trustee member on the board for This Is Unlimited, which is an arts commissioning body that supports, funds, and promotes new work by disabled artists in the UK and international audiences. I'd like to begin talking about Stopgap Dance Company and how we developed from the early stages until now. Stopgap Dance Company was founded in 1996. We are a diverse team of deaf, disabled, neurodivergent, and non-disabled artists who use dance as a movement for change. Our mission is to create an inclusive world where diversity is not just accepted, but pursued. We believe that inclusion is the way forward. As a company, currently, we are touring our new piece, Lived Fiction, and we will be continuing to tour nationally and internationally over the next 3 years. We also deliver teacher training courses, youth and community outreach projects, digital dance classes, awareness training, and Future Leaders. Future Leaders is a leadership development program for mid-career disabled arts professionals. I'd like to introduce Chris Pavia. Chris is one of the founding artists in Stopgap Dance Company. Chris also has Down syndrome, and he has paved the way for me to become a senior dance artist. When I first started working with Stopgap, he was one of the dancers who approached me and introduced himself. Hi, I'm Chris Pavia. I knew I would have a very strong friendship with him. He's more like a brother to me now. Chris was the first of the current dancers to join Stopgap in 1997. He became a full-time dancer with the company in 2000, working with choreographers such as Adam Benjamin, Hoffa Schechter, and Thomas Noon. Chris has achieved a lot with his choreographic work. His outdoor work, The Awakening, made Chris the first learning disabled choreographer in the UK to create work for national touring. He recently also got a Runners-Up Award for his choreographic piece, Echoes Within the Earth. We're super proud of him. Chris uses a lot of inspiration from his love of films which influenced his choreography. Here's a clip of Chris talking about his current piece, Echoes Within the Air.
So my name is Christopher James Pavia, and I'm also a choreographer. I created this piece called Echoes from the Earth. So the piece is about echoes and the sounds and the voices that come out of the ground. So the research and development, so Tom and I had background of going to Bournemouth. Tom, as a rehearsal director, he kind of knew what the material would be. And I thought of all of the ideas that I had, and Jonathan and Abby, they had ideas of looking at the films of the material that I had put out for them. And the more they rehearsed it, the more they actually blended well, and really got used to the material, and that really worked for them.
From day one, I knew Chris Pavia would inspire me a lot. I admire how he chooses to create work and what is relevant to him. I appreciate how he has always spoken honestly about his subject matter and what influences his choreography. This made me realize that I could use my own interests and for me to consider how I could share more about me as a dance artist with Down syndrome. As a dance artist, I really want to dig deeper into my dance practice, into researching new ideas which I can put into my choreography. I'd like to use my personal interests, such as family, friends, and relationships, that I can share with my audience. I hope my ideas can inspire people like me to be creative, like me also. Most of my ideas will include storytelling, character work, and a narrative, like a story. This helps me find an overview of the piece and a character that I can develop. When playing a character, it's important for me to still use my own voice. I am a proud disabled dancer. I hope I can reach out to people and show them I have a new perspective to share. As a person with Down syndrome, it's important for me that people like me can have the confidence to speak up for themselves, strive and drive to reach for their aims and goals. I believe I needed a role model like Chris Pavia, who also has Down syndrome. So I knew it was possible for me to be a leader. Having this platform, it shows a wider society that it's possible for people like me to work successfully in any career of your choice in the arts industry. Through this, my aim is to increase inclusion and diversity and to break barriers of society's limitations. For me, getting to this point in my career has taken me 14 years. I've learned as a leader I need a clarity, a routine, giving myself time to process information and make decisions for myself. In order for me to work, I need an excess worker, and people from Stopgap and other people in my life, especially my parents and friends and other colleagues, to support me to continue reaching my goal. To end, on a personal level, I'd like to be welcomed, visible, and to be listened to. Thank you for listening.